Hey guys, how's it going? iControl here and welcome back to another video. Today's video we're playing more Skyblock Isles. Obviously it's been a little bit since I recorded, probably like a week and a half now. Just got a little tied up with work. But we're back and we're grinding now. So right now I'm killing skeleton miners. I'm working on getting my attack up, and I'm working on trying to get the skeleton pickaxe. So hopefully we'll be lucky enough to get that during the video today. That'd be pretty cool. I kind of, since it's been a week, I got a little bit farther in the game. I'm still wearing pretty much the same armor. They changed the helmet though, so it's no longer a potato. It's actually like a hermit crab shell, which is kind of annoying. I want it to be a potato. I was kind of staying around it. But anyway, another thing I've been doing is there's a spell called Vitality, and it's pretty good because the base Vitality restores 5 HP a second for like 30 seconds. Which is pretty good. And then once you get far enough in your magic skill, you get the greater Vitality spell, which makes you regen 10 HP a second for like 45 seconds, which that's like more health than I even have. So that's pretty good as well. It just turned daytime, so these guys aren't going to spawn anymore. So what we're going to do is we're going to go kill clay spiders. Really what we're just hoping for from the clay spiders is the carpet. And if we don't get that, then oh well. Not a big deal. I'm obviously just trying to level up attack mainly. I want to be able to use the culling blade when I actually get it. It's going to take me a while to get it though, because it's pretty rare drop. And I think I also need a higher level attack in order to put the Gallerhorn, which is also a pretty rare drop. But I think that drop is farmable. I don't know if the culling blade is. I think you're only able to get it from the Skyblock chest. Another thing I want to level up is my cooking, obviously. Actually, I think my cooking's far enough for right now. I want to level up mining and smithing. But I also found out that, well, I didn't find out. I kind of looked into it. I want to switch armor to the ranged armor because it's better overall. It doesn't lower any of your stats. Like metal one, obviously, it lowers your magic accuracy and your range accuracy, but the ranged one just gives you defense in all three. And plus, this one doesn't give you defense against magic. So the ranged armor is a little bit better in that regard. It gives you less defense, but my main goal right now is to just have really high attack and do a lot of damage. I got my slingshot. Obviously I'm not using that right now because these guys don't hurt enough to where I have to be farther away. So it's in my bank. But I got that, and I added some mods to my acorn bag. It's kind of worrying because I don't have mods for a bow yet. But I don't know if once I do get mods for a bow, they'll even go on the slingshot. So that's one thing I want to check out. So if any of you end up playing this and getting a mod for a bow, I would appreciate it if you guys leave that to me, just to try out. Obviously, if it's a really good mod, then I'm not expecting to receive it, but if it's a lesser mod that's not very good, then or if you guys just don't use those. I'm getting quite a few runes from these guys, which is fun. Not useful because they're all earth runes or apprentice runes, and I need water and dream runes. But they're still useful to have on me. And then obviously the worms are nice to have as well, just for fishing later on. But I mean, I kind of want to do hand fishing and net and spear, which none of those require worms. But again, it's still nice to have. Sorry, a little bit of a voice crack there. It's cold in here. I'm shivering. But anyways, we're gonna grind this for a while. So pretty much, I'm gonna probably just talk about what I'm planning for my YouTube content. I'm probably going to record once a week, probably 2 videos. I don't want to do Genshin. Not that I don't like the game, but it's just kind of annoying to actually record, because the game itself won't let you start recording while you're in the game, because pretty much every button on your keyboard can be used in the game to activate something. So not I don't think it's really lagging right now, but oh well. People are complaining, people are always gonna complain. That's how people work. It's in human nature to complain, really. You're never gonna have enough of something, or even if you do have enough of something, it's not the right something. I say a lot, don't I? Probably like 80 times this video already. There it is again. It kind of helps transition into other sentences, though, so it's kind of required, right? Because like if I just don't do it and I go into a different sentence, I'm trying to think of a sentence now that I can just transition into. Killing clay spiders gets you so much stuff. Ratatouille. Need 45 attack, which is quite a bit of attack. So when I get there, that'll be nice. I didn't get to 45 strength for quite a few days. I think it took 3 days in order for me to grind that, but I was at level 44 for 2 days, just because I wasn't actually killing it. So as long as I stay on this, I should level that up pretty quickly. I unlocked the giant parkour. It's not really much parkour, honestly. It's because one of them is literally just right-clicking, or 2 checkpoints out of the 7 are right-clicking on swings, and one of them is you literally just step on bubbles and then they bring you to where you need to be. Another one, there is you climb up a vine and then you just kind of dodge skulls that are shot at you. I kind of like the sewer one more, but at the same time, the sewer one gives less XP and it doesn't give as good of items. And obviously, with the giant parkour, you can actually get a XP bottle for 500 tickets, which is 500 runs of it. Absolutely insane amount of runs. But yeah, you get the XP bottle and it gives you like... Actually, I don't even think it gives you a lot. I'll have to check here eventually. I think it only gives you like 100,000, which you're like, well, that's quite a bit. But then you keep in mind, as soon as you get to like level 35, I was recording when I typed that. Yeah, that was obviously a joke. Pretend you didn't see it, obviously. Anyone who knows memes knows that one. If you don't know that one, then you don't know me. And it was kind of a weird way to type it, because you can't even see it. It keeps like server shouting right now, so everyone can see what he types, but usually if you type, only the people in your tablets can see what you type. It's a way of keeping, obviously, chat down to a minimum. Not like a minimum as in they don't want you chatting, but a minimum as in you only have like 5 things in the chat bubble at one time, and so that you're able to actually read this stuff without it disappearing. Again, though, this is a really fun server, so you guys should really come try it out. Skyblockisles.com. It's like, if you've ever played Windcraft, it's like that kind of, but honestly better in my opinion. It's supposed to be kind of a copy of RuneScape, old school. And honestly, I think they did a pretty good job at it. I mean, there's only so much you can do in Minecraft unless they like force third person, and then on top of that, they I mean, obviously as well, they don't want to copy it to an absolute T, because if they did, then one, they'd probably end up getting sued by whoever made RuneScape, but 2, people would be like, oh, this is just a copy of RuneScape, I already have RuneScape, I might as well keep grinding on my RuneScape. But this is a little bit different. And again, I mean, I spend honestly 8 hours a day playing this, like, for every single day, which, yeah, sure, call it an obsession, but that's what it is. I mean, it's just such a fun game that I don't want to stop playing it. I mean, I could play this for a really long time, and not only that, but they're always coming out with updates. They got like 2 years of updates planned, so it's like, it's not going to get old at any point in time, because they are just going to keep updating it and adding stuff where you're not gonna be like, oh, well, this is boring now because I've already gone through all of this. But if you like to grind, it's a really nice grinding mechanism, and it takes your mind off of stuff. So it's always nice to have that. Oh, it's nighttime. I should get into here. I gotta remember to switch when it gets to nighttime, because since these guys are only out at night, you already have a lower chance of getting what you want from them. And then on top of that, I mean, the chances of the item I want is already 1 in 4,000, which is an insane amount of things to kill. Obviously, it's not the end of the world if I don't get it, but obviously for 1 in 4K, it's a good drop, and it's wonderful to have. So once I get this, I'm going to go and mine in order so that I can actually use it. Because right now I can't even use it. It requires like level 30, or not 30, 65 mining, I think. 55, 65, one of the two, which is a really late game kind of thing, because 65 is farther than all of my other skills, and it's just a lot of XP to get to it, especially with mining. I mean, mining isn't super annoying to do, but it's not like you can just keep mining like you can keep attacking these guys XP for attack. Mining, you actually fill up your inventory really quick, so then you have to go and you have to either sell your inventory or toss it out. And then on top of that, like, depending on what you're mining, it's going to take a lot longer to get XP for it, because these guys are a fair amount of XP. It's like 150 for killing one of them. But then, obviously, depending on what you're mining, you're not going to get 150 XP per thing mined. So that's going to take a little bit longer to level up than if you're over here killing these guys. Obviously, though, it's still worth it. Nice if these guys dropped a mithril items as well, because those sell for a little bit more. In order to farm these guys, runes, which, not these ones, because if it was these ones, that'd be great. But I need dream runes and water runes, which honestly take a while to get, so, or not a while to get, but they're quite expensive. It's like 10k, like the water runes aren't, it's like 800 a stack for those, but the dream runes are like 10,000 a stack for them, so quite annoying to get those. They used to only be like 7.5k a stack. They changed it. They actually increased the price of most of the runes that you can get from the top. And then obviously you can go and you can get the runes for free by killing things that drop them. But it's just a lot easier to just grab the runes from, come on, there we go, the shop, and then move on with the day. If you're wondering why I'm not using my big spell, it's because I'm about to level up my health, which fully restores, and we're going to pop a bit spell. Now, obviously, my Vit spell is only the lesser one. It's going to be a while before we can use the greater one, because I don't really use magic for much besides Vit. So, it doesn't level up constantly. far as like level 4 or 34 magic in order to use this spell. But we're level 26 and it's leveling up decently fast. I mean, obviously it's a little slow, but I mean the whole game is supposed to be a grind, so just annoying because that's obviously one thing that I don't want to grind out. It's magic. So I'm not really gonna use it, but I mean, in terms of not using it, I mean I'm not gonna get the armor and other spells. But it's still obviously worth maybe going and using those spells for a little bit until we get to work. And honestly, these guys are close range, so I could murk them across the like I could sit back across the pond and get me, but at the same time it's like that's kind of cheap, and obviously it's going to be a lot slower than going up and down. We only have a couple of hours, by hours I mean in-game hours, a night, in order to try and get this, so we want to kill it if we can every night, in order to get it. It's really annoying though, because obviously then after that goes, we have to wait for night again, and it takes a really long time. If you're wondering why I'm not doing Plaza Quest right now, the Plaza Piggy just isn't worth it, because the mounts are just cosmetic, obviously. So I can go get the Plaza Piggy at any point. It'll literally take me 14 days, I think, a Plaza Pass to get. Which, once I'm late enough in the game, then I can just go grab that real quick. It's not that big of a deal. I would have more dream runes, but unfortunately, I accidentally bought the wrong type of runes. So then, I had to. I didn't have enough money on me to get the other ones. But we have quite a few casts of it. Honestly, I'll run out of water runes before I run out of the dream runes. So we have probably like 50 casts of it, maybe. No, because 50 times 5 is 250. So we would have 50 casts of it if I filled up my pouch right now with water runes. But that's another annoying thing, is just like, because in order to get better pouches, in order to make better pouches, you have to level up your what's it called? Here, let's take a look real quick. You have to level up your alchemy to get better ones. What's my magic right now? I can use this seer pouch, which is really good. Obviously, Mystic Pouch is going to be able to hold a lot of runes, which is helpful, but at the same time, it's like, if I'm not using runes that much, then obviously it's not as helpful to where if I was using runes a lot, then it would be super helpful. I need another game that I can publish, or make videos out of. So if you guys have any ideas for games besides Minecraft that look fun to record, like Subnautica, or I really actually like The Last Guardian, but you guys, I mean, once you've seen it. I played through it twice already now. I just really like it. Obviously, Apex videos would be nice, but my current PlayStation graphics kind of suck with that. And then obviously, I don't know, Call of Duty might be fun to record. I suck at the game, don't get me wrong. I am terrible at Call of Duty. Like Warzone, I can typically get 12 kills a game, 10, 12 kills a game, but I mean, my win rate is absolute garbage. KD, good. Win rate, not so good. But that's because there's obviously people who sit and camp and are really annoying with the game that aren't really that good, but then obviously they either third party you, which don't get me wrong, that's part of the game, or they get lucky shots off on you. So obviously again, part of the game. So my win rate isn't that high. And obviously, with that being said, it's like if I was better at the game, then obviously I wouldn't have to worry about it. Honestly, I think it's my setup, though, in the game. I use sniper and assault rifle. But I might switch to just using the assault rifle or using an assault rifle and an SMG. Because obviously, like, honestly, when you get far enough into the game, the sniper just isn't worth having, because the ring is so small that it's like, unless you're quick scoping people in the head from like 2 feet away, it's obviously just not worth it, because obviously the ring closes in, and then you don't need it anymore. But assault rifles are still good for mid-range, and then your SMG is obviously good for close range, especially in buildings. Let's see here. Probably gonna go through one more night cycle, and then I'll end this video. Which hasn't been too eventful, obviously. But with this, I kind of just, as I said to begin with, it's a good way to be able to talk to you guys and not have to worry about the game too much. There's obviously some games, like if I'm playing a multiplayer game, like Warzone or Apex, I have to actually sit there and worry about the game. Compared to this, I kind of can just whack things and not have to worry about it unless I'm low on health, and then I'm gonna be like, oh shite, and start panicking and paying more attention to the game. But if I get low on health in this, then we have a problem, because it's really not that hard a game. Obviously, if I go into a higher level plays, with the armor I have now, I'm gonna get absolutely slaughtered. So that's why we don't want to sit here and do that. Obviously, polar bears are right next to Wharf Mallow, but they're... So anything with a yellow name will attack you if you get close to it. It will aggro. Everything else you have to attack first in order for it to attack you. But the polar bears are yellow named, and they're right next to Wharf Mallow, and they will absolutely one-tap a newer player in the game. So obviously you have to be wary when going near there, and also the beehive is pretty dangerous for new players as well. They kind of had to put that near Wharf Mallow though, because that way everyone can get to it during a queen bee raid. Now, obviously, eventually, people are going to be, like, super far in the game, and they're going to pop bit, and then, like, I don't know, they're going to make something that boosts your defense by a ton. They're going to pop that, and then they're going to run in and be able to kill it with, like, a party of 3 people, which is kind of what they didn't want to happen. They want it to be a world boss. But obviously, I mean, eventually, because it's supposed to be the first world boss, it's supposed to be kind of easy to grind. Not easy, but, you know, if you have a bunch of people, it's not supposed to be super hard to take down. Like, if you have 200 people, you should be able to kill it. Now, with that being said, obviously, all of those people also have to have pretty decent armor for that. And is it even worth killing her right now with her loot drops? You have to look into that as well, because that's kind of why I don't tend to go and grind her, because her loot drops aren't worth it for me. Obviously, though, once as I get far enough into the game, then obviously that stinger is going to be really good for my sword to put on there and get the chance of a moderate poison attack. And I don't know how poison works right now. I think there are some mobs that are into it, but with that also being said, those mobs who aren't into it are obviously going to take a ton of damage. And so, obviously, that's one thing that you want to look into. Another thing that you want to look into, though, is what kind of weapon you're using. Because right now I'm using a battle axe. I'm trying to get the calling blade, which is a sword, but obviously the battle axe can't even use the stinger. It hits the spear and the swords. So, for me, as of right now, obviously the stinger isn't worth it. Now, am I going for a sword? Like I said, yes. So obviously it's going to be worth it once I get that sword. But again, for right now, since I don't have that sword, it's not something I should be grinding towards. It's which you're like, well, you only have a so-and-so chance of it dropping. So obviously, when you get your sword, you kind of want to have it so that you can put it on there. Which you're absolutely right, but at the same time, it's like, once I get the sword, then it's obviously going to be easier to kill the things. And obviously, if I'm not grinding something that drops the sword, then there's no point in even going for the XP from it. And so then I'll end up having the XP, because obviously the XP from it isn't going to be the same as the XP I get from these guys. These guys are super easy to kill, but they also give 50 XP per kill. And then obviously the skeletons down there give 140 XP a kill, or 130, something like that, 150 maybe. And they're pretty easy to kill as well. Like, this is honestly a really good place to go. If you have decent armor and a decent weapon, go here and kill these guys. Obviously use your Vit, because then you'll actually heal, and I mean, they just don't do enough damage to really be a worry about. It's almost nighttime. I'm gonna go kill this batch, and then I'm gonna head on down to skeleton place. Nighttime is at 18 if you see next to day. We gotta go. And the reason I go so quick is I think nighttime's honestly shorter than daytime. It seems like that, honestly. And then on top of that, it's a super rare drop. So this item is just really hard to get because of the fact that you can only get it during nighttime. And then also, it's a 1 in 4,000 drop. Now, obviously, it's a really good weapon, so it should be a 1 in 4K. Absolutely. Or not, it's not a weapon. But at the same time, it's also really fun to farm out. Absolutely. So, obviously, if you're not going mining, is it worth to farm out this to sell to other players? No, it's not. It simply isn't, because you can easily get better items that are going to sell to players more easily, and they're going to take a lot less to grind. And then obviously, with that also being said, not every player is going to want this item because not every player is going to be mining. So it's not very useful to go for it if you're not mining. If you want something that is useful, go for loot keys, because loot keys you can get boots of travel, which are obviously going to sell for a heck of a lot more, and then on top of that as well, you have a chance of getting the bracers, you have a chance of getting special items depending on what city you're in, what town you're in. Obviously, Skyblock with the culling blade or the Gatler horn, the slingshot in Warpala is going to sell for quite a bit of money. And not only that, but it's also useful for you yourself as a player to go for that. I don't even want to look at how many of these I've killed because I know it's a lot, and on top of that, it's above 4,000, and I haven't got the drop yet. And obviously, a 1 in 4K does not mean you're going to get it at 4K. It means that's just the odds of getting it. So you have like a 0.00000000001% chance of getting it in reality, which I wish they did do percentages over the 1 in 4K, because obviously then you're gonna look at it and be like, dang, I killed 4K, I should really get it now. No, that's not what that means at all. Now, obviously, people would sit there and then do reverse math on it and be like, okay, so it's 1 in 4K out of this percentage, and be like, whatever I said earlier, they're going to be the same way about it. Now, obviously, is that a good way to go about it? No, not at all. But are they going to do that? Absolutely, they are. Now, next time I record, hopefully I'll be level 45 and have a culling blade, or this thing, so I don't have to sit here and grind these guys, because obviously that's going to get really annoying. I'm sitting back here in the next video doing the same thing. Now, is it worth me doing? Absolutely, but is it something you guys are going to want to watch 24/7? No, absolutely not. Especially with commentary as dry as mine is sometimes. Obviously, I don't have the best commentary of all YouTubers because I'm a smaller YouTuber, so I kind of have to watch what I say. Which, have I been watching what I have been saying? Absolutely not. I think I've cussed like 10 times in this video already. But at the same time, will that also mayhaps get me more views if I am cussing? Probably. But again, will that also limit my, when I am a bigger YouTuber and I'm actually making money off of it, will that limit my ad revenue? Absolutely it will. So there's a line between how much you can say and get away with and actually have it be really mad if I don't get this, and not saying that I should, I'm just saying I kind of want to get in this video so that you guys can see it. Because if I'm not recording and I get it, then that's just going to be really rough. Again, it's a 1 in 4K drop though, so that's obviously the high chance that I'm not going to get it. Ooh, 33 coins. How insane is that, boys? That's so much money. Totally worth it. Totally worth the off chance that I get the pickaxe instead. Let's see here. I mean, the dark is kind of are worth getting. The salt chugs aren't, but if you do dark runes, the mithril pickaxe, and the minus backpack, and the pickaxe. I think that's about what you can get for these guys. But yeah, and the pickaxe, put those in, and then that would be easy. Now, obviously, though, they have to put the jump, because that was all the loot pool is, then this game would be far too easy, unless, obviously, all you got is dark rooms for the majority of it. Or maybe pickaxes, obviously, the inventory of Mithril pickaxes is only going to sell for 1,000. Which I think dark runes are going to sell for quite a bit more. Because I think one stack of dark runes sells for 2k roughly. So then do 2k times an inventory, or just one line really, that's 20k. So times that by 3, you're looking at 60,000. Some pretty good money. Almost daytime. Hopefully we can get a couple more of these in. Or hopefully we'll just drop the pickaxe. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Not gonna happen. Wonderful. And of course I got my hopes up for the mythical pickaxe. Well, that's gonna be it for the video then. I said until the next daytime. Obviously, in the comments below, please let me know what you guys want to see. If this gets too boring as well, let me know. I'll try and switch it up some. Maybe actually do quest or explore the area so that you guys can get a better feel for the game. Or maybe I'll go on my alt account, record there so that you guys can see the start of the game and learn what you should do when you first join. Well, whatever you guys want works for me. Not starting an OnlyFans though, so don't think I'm gonna do that for views. Anyways, hope you guys enjoy. You guys have a very good day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.